drive was. That last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit. And try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First down.
A first down carry for Henry. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Made by Christian Kirksey.
So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. 27 yards there, a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Titans, nothing.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. This one caught by Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the Packers' 18-yard line.
He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. But I think the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Rodgers looking for his running back, and he's got him. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run it with Jones. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
At the 19-yard line.
Tackled by Christian Fulton.
It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Right here. Check 13.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Titans' 39-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd down, Williams. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
At the 30-yard line.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
5-yard gain on the play.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. Smith catches left side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Titans.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, and the Packers pick it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
No, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
It's third down. And 4 yards to go.
Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. On the return, Jackson. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of, but when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Jones, the ball carrier.
On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
42-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rodgers now on first down. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And Adams has it, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Harold Landry make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So 2nd and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Nothing.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Again, it's Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
It's 4th down.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And the 13-year man puts it through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got Rome. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Chase Sternberger, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Khalif Raymond now. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
12.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's tackled at the 32.
Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball play.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. And the busy night for Henry continues. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now...
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So still lots of work left to do. But here comes the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Brought down at the
second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
At the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Watch the pass.
Tonight's final.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player.